The year was 2025. The year that gave us EUSEXUA, The Art of Loving, Even in Arcadia, The Life of a Showgirl, Man's Best Friend, Wishbone, Don't Tap the Glass. I could go on. So many albums, but I only loved some of them and kind of didn't like some other ones. That's what today's video is all about. Hello lovelies, it's your internet bestie Brittany with Love here to discuss all things music related with you. Today's video is the first of its kind on my channel, where I will be ranking every album that I reviewed this year. And I'm doing it in an old school Brittany with Love style, a tier list. You guys, I have not done one of these in 3 years. The last one that I did was for Emails I Can't Send by Sabrina Carpenter, where I was ranking every song on the album. Just so you know, 3 years later, I still think that's her best album. There's no skips on that album, no skips. The last review of 2025 just got uploaded to my channel, so I thought it would be fitting to just officially close out the year, just ranking them. Thousands of albums are released every year, so if your favorite album of 2025 did not make it on this tier list, please leave the artist name and album title in my comments, and you could see it be reviewed in a future upload. And while you're at it, please leave this video a like, subscribe if you aren't already, and if you have a friend that enjoys discussing music, please share this video with that friend. Alright, let's get into the tier list. These are the albums that we are going to be ranking today. We have 112 albums. Personally, really proud of myself for keeping track of all the albums I listened to. I let a lot of albums pass me by because I was saving it for a video, and now I can just, like, as soon as I want to listen to it, I can. Thank you for supporting me on my new track in 2026. I appreciate all you guys helping create this list. Some of these albums were actually requests from you guys. This is my tier list. We got top of the list, full listen. Want to hear this from beginning to end, and there's probably no skips. The next tier is loved it, but some skips. That album was 10 songs. I want to have liked at least 7 of them strongly. Next is good, but I'm not raving about it. I definitely found some songs to like, but it's not one I'm like telling all my friends about. Next tier is I didn't like. It was just not my vibe. It wasn't just an album I listened to. I was just like, no matter how many times I listened to it, I wasn't really getting into it. I'm gonna get rid of this one. I know I normally would do 5 tiers, but I'm just gonna do in 4 because I think it would make it easier. The last tier is not my taste. Didn't like more than 2 songs on the whole project. What I usually do is when I make my album reviews, I say 2 of my favorite songs from the album. I only like those 2 songs and nothing else on the album. It's going in that. So all of these albums, and find reviews for them on my channel. If you want to see my like official thoughts on each one, just go search Brittany with Love, artist name, and album title. But yeah, there's like 5 or 6 albums on here that I didn't give reviews for, so I added it to the list anyway. First up, we have Ruby by Jennie. I remember I could not stop playing it. I think I want to show you guys, you know, up to date, like which songs I saved from the album, because I only give you like 2 in the reviews, but let me show you all the songs that I saved. So here we go. This is Ruby by Jennie. These are all the songs that I saved. As you can see, the only song I didn't save, what for some reason is, wait a second, I like all of these songs. I only didn't save 2 of them, but it's not because I hated those songs. I don't love it enough to save it. But all these other songs, whew, they hit it out of the park, and that's why they made it to my library, is full listen. Next album, Alter Ego by Lisa. Okay, I remember being low-key disappointed by this album. I thought it was going to be a lot better than it ended up being for me. She just had a lot of hype around her, and the fact that she was in the latest White Lotus season fell below the hype. This album had 15 songs, and I only saved 4 of them. No. This one and this one should be saved. Yeah, I wasn't like dying for these other songs, but the ones I did like, I really liked. So that's like half the album. I'm between good, but I'm not raving about it, and loved it, but some skips. I don't think I loved it. I think it was good, but I'm not bragging to my friends about it. But it had some good songs. Next album is The Crux by Dijon. Honestly, I'm kind of forgetting this album. I don't think I listened to this one very much after I gave my final review. Yeah, I see why. I only saved 2 songs, but those 2 songs that I saved, I really liked. I don't think I really got into the album as much as other people did. A very cool sound, and I wanted people to know about it. It's either not my taste, but good, but I'm not raving about it. The 2 songs I really liked, I think I just wasn't giving enough attention to this album as much as I wanted to. It definitely is my taste. I think I'm gonna say good, but I'm not raving about it. No, actually, you know what? Let me add and we're gonna call it saved less than 3. So that means it had potential. The potential wasn't enough for me to keep coming back to the whole album. I think it's going to be saved less than 3 songs. I definitely think that's one of those albums that I just didn't give enough attention to, and I feel like if I did, I would like it more than I do right now. Rosie by Rose. Wow, this album, I wasn't particularly excited to listen to this album, but I was like, okay, I already covered 2 Blackpink members. I might as well cover the other 2 at this point. Ended up liking a lot of the songs. I saved half of the songs. I'm between loved it, but some skips, and good, but I'm not raving about it. I think I'm gonna put good, but I'm not raving about it just because of the save ratio to not saved. It's like half and half. So Close to What by Tate McRae. I remember getting also surprised by Tate, thinking I wasn't gonna like any of her songs because I don't think I saved any songs from the Think Later project. I think maybe 1, and I can't even remember what song that was. What the hell? I definitely saved songs. Why is it nothing showing up? That's so weird. How is there 3 different versions of the album, but this version is the one that has my saved songs? I don't get it. Okay, so I remember that this is the same way I felt about Rosie's album. So I wasn't expecting to like any songs, but there was just too much hype around the album for me not to listen to it. So when I did, I was surprised to find that I liked multiple songs. So I think it's good, but I'm not raving about it because I only saved, it looked like half the songs. Next album is Why Not More by Coco Jones. I think I deeply love her debut. Actually, no, this is technically her debut, and the original was an EP, if I'm not mistaken. I know I saved songs. I know I did. Why is it doing this? I don't like this. Spotify, why are there like 5 different versions of the same album? I probably only liked 4 songs. It looks like. Okay, so that's like half the album. I liked every song from her first project. This one, I only liked half of them, so I'm saying good, but I'm not raving about it. Something Beautiful by Miley Cyrus. It's really hard to remember these albums. These are like March albums, you guys. Oh my gosh, so long ago. Oh, I only saved 4. Well, it's because 2 of these songs are like interludes. But the songs that I do like, I deeply love. I think this is gonna be first one, loved it, but some skips. Because this is definitely an album I'm like raving to other people about, like, oh, you definitely need to give this album a listen. You might not like every song, but the songs you will find you're gonna love. That's how I felt. The next album is At the Beach in Every Life by Gigi Perez, and oh my gosh, I remember not looking forward to listening to this album because I knew it was gonna be sad, but man, I was so taken back by Gigi's voice and how beautiful this album was, melodically and lyrically. Yeah, oh my gosh, you guys, look at this. I saved almost every song. There was only 1, 2, 3, 4. That just makes so much sense. It's a full listen album. I deeply loved this album. Even though I didn't save like 3 of the songs, I will still listen to the full project. Next album is Fuck You Skrillex, You Think You're Andy Warhol, but you're really not. Wait, I think I messed up that title. The title, honestly, too long, okay? It's too long. I know it's supposed to be really like in your face, kind of dumb type thing. I don't know how to explain it, but like making fun of yourself. I just think it's too long. I think if they cut out like 2 words, it would have hit the maximum of long. It's extra long. Let's see. I remember being surprised that Skrillex had an album like this. I'm not new to Skrillex, but the thing is, I only know his hits. I've never listened to a full project. I don't even know if he has other projects. I'm assuming he does because he's been around for so long. 34 different songs, you guys. But look at these times. Very, 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 very short. Only 4 of these 34 songs are over 2 minutes. I'm not raving about it, and I'm not dying to tell anyone about it, but I think it was interesting to listen to. I want to say it's good, but I'm not raving about it, but I'm also want to say it's saved less than 3 songs. Obviously, I didn't save less than 3 songs, but with the amount, it just seems very tiny how much I saved. I'm going to do with my guts telling me put it in saved in less three songs. I feel like I'm going to get some hate about that, but I already know I'm going to get hate about the Crux. I feel like that's an album I'm going to like, but I didn't spend enough time with it. I just knew it was going to be something other people were going to vibe with. Like, it stood out from anything else that was coming out at the time. But yeah, the Fuck You Skrillex album, I'm not raving to tell anyone about it, and the songs that I do like, I'm like, this is not changing my life in any way. Next album is, oh my god, this one also had a long title. What was it? It was Love and Other Songs. No, that can't be right. Or something, I believe in a thing called love or something. Oh my god, why can't I remember? It's something with about love. Music for People Who Believe in Love by Joe Jonas. Yeah, another long title, but it hit the maximum. If I was super into his album, then I probably would have remembered that. As you can see, it looks like I saved almost half of the album. Songs that I did save, I'm not obsessed with them. I think I'm gonna put it for saved less than 3 songs. Next album is Mutt Deluxe by Leon Thomas. I feel like I saved a lot of songs, if I'm not mistaken. I think I was in love with that album, and I was really mad at myself for waiting so long to listen to it because there were so many like good songs. It looks like I liked a third of the album. He's definitely someone I want to rave about, but if I'm being completely honest about how many songs I definitely want, like, oh, this is kind of low-key life-changing, the ratio is not that good. So I am between good, but I'm not raving about it, and save less than 3 songs. I think I'm gonna put it in good, but I'm not raving about it. Next album, 13 Months of Sunshine by BENEE. I think I really like this album, and I remember playing it over and over and over again and not getting sick of it. And I really like the general message of the album, and I really adored the sequencing. I think that makes it very clear to me that I loved it, but there was some skips. Next album is We Live in a Society by Flume and JPEG Mafia. I definitely was shocked by this collaboration. I love the internet because it's bringing people together who would have never met, and we're getting some cool ass music from it. It was only 4 songs, and I remember the standout track of it was from Raven Lene. She did a feature on one of the songs. I really liked her feature in their song, and she did a feature on Kali Uchez's newest album, and I really adore that song as well. I did a reaction for Bird's Eye by Raven Lene. As a whole, did I like all of them? Yeah, it was the only song. I think it was interesting. Next album is Fancy That by PinkPantheress. So I remember I made a reaction. I remember being so put off. It was the first time I listened to PinkPantheress before. I only knew 2 songs from her, and they were her biggest hits, the Boy's a Liar song and the song that she has with Willow. And those were the only songs I knew from her. So I was really taken back by her sound, how consistent and cohesive she is. I don't know if she's always done this, but that's how I saw Fancy That. I was really taken back by her. As the year goes on, I keep thinking about that album and how much I like it, and I like it more and more. I think it is a full listen. Wow. I'm not going to try to organize these in here. I'm just putting them, I just want to be quick about this and just put them in that row. Don't take into consideration the order it comes in that row. I'm just adding it to that tier. The next album is From Florida's Finest by Sailor. I think I was in love with this album, and I was really sad I had to write my final review and start listening to new albums, and that means I wasn't gonna get to listen to that one as much as I was literally playing it every day. Yeah, I was obsessed with it. Yeah, look at this. I saved every song except for 2, and these songs aren't even bad. I think they were just low-key interlude songs. 54 seconds, 37 seconds. Yeah, I think that's clear that it was a full listen. This wasn't her debut project, but the fact that I like so many songs from her mixtape tells me that I'm going to love a lot of songs on a full project from her, or at least feel a connection on the next project, hopefully. That's how I feel about Doechii, Alligator Bites Never Heal. I loved so many songs from that, and it was just a mixtape. Think about what's gonna happen when she puts out her new album, which is probably gonna be this year. Next album, this was an EP from Weston State called Super Bloom. I think it was really short. I think it was only 5 songs. They're a smaller group. I don't even think they have an album. Okay, so it's 7 songs, but I saved 4 of the 7 songs. I'm gonna put Loved It, but some skips. The next album is Amortage by Jisoo. She is one of the Blackpink members. She was the only one that didn't do a full album, but instead did a short EP. It's only 4 songs, and I only saved 2 of them. I think I'm gonna put it in saved less than 3 songs. I feel like the songs that I saved were low-key generic. I think she can do better than this, and I hope to see more work from her to prove that. The next album is I Forgive You by Cynthia Erivo. I think I did not like this album, and I think I kind of found it a little boring. Unfortunately, I have not come back to it for that reason, so I'm gonna put it in not my taste, which is the first one I'm putting in that tier. The next album actually was one of only 2 albums that I reviewed in 2025 that wasn't released in 2025. I did a reaction for it. First time I listened to it, I think it was released in 2017. I only saved 3. I only saved 3 of these songs. I'll say 4 if we want to count the Homemade Dynamite remix that I've saved ever since that song came out. I didn't particularly think that it was groundbreaking as much as other people seem to like it, and I just want to be honest. I think this was a interesting concept album, but it just wasn't for me. But I didn't hate it. I saved a lot of the songs. I mean, saved some songs. So I'm gonna say save less than 3 songs. Next album is Order, Chaos, Order by Khalid. So I was not expecting to listen to a solo project from 5 Sauce member. Okay, yeah, I remember adoring this album, and I was surprised by how many songs I saved from somebody I was completely new to. I'm gonna put loved it, but some skips. I think that's fitting. Next album is Addison by Addison Rae. This is her debut project. I know I saved songs on this album, but for some reason it's not showing me. I think that this album was promising, but I think I only saved like a few songs. I'm gonna put it with save less than 3 songs, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna double check that. Let me look at it, because for some reason it's not showing me the songs that I saved, because I feel like I saved songs here. Like, I feel like I saved this one. It's funny, I'm saying I don't really like this album. I didn't love this album, but she had one of my favorite songs of the entire year, which was Headphones On. I am singing that to myself all the time. Yeah, I think that's fitting. Next album is Princess of Power by Marina. She also had a song on her album that was one of my favorite songs of the entire year. Cupid's Girl. Here we go. I saved like half of the album. I think I'm gonna put it in good, but I'm not raving about it. Okay, I Quit by Haim. So this is the first time I listened to a Haim project, and I am so blown by their talent. I was obsessed with this album rollout ever since, I believe, Relationships was the lead single. That, again, another song that was one of my favorite songs of the entire year, Relationships, came from this album. I remember loving a lot of songs on this album, and I definitely would rave about this one. So I'm saying full listen for I Quit. Next album is Virgin by Lorde. So I listened to Melodrama to prepare myself for this 2025 release. I remember being blown by how much I liked this compared to how little I like Melodrama. Yeah, I saved a lot of songs from this album. I'm putting in loved it, but some skips. My panic when I heard the lead single for this album, and I was like, oh shoot, I was really excited to get into Lorde this year, and I'm worried that I'm not gonna like it at all, because her fan base is like so strong, and they're like, oh, she's like one of the best people ever. I wasn't excited to listen to this album, and I was so floored by how good it ended up being. The next album is Automatic by the Lumineers. I remember being a little bored with this album, you guys. I think I only saved like 1 or 2 songs. I don't know which songs they are. I think it was just Better Day and Same Old Song. Actually, should I put in Not My Taste or save less than 3 songs? Those 2 or 3 songs, I don't actually like love them. They're just okay. I think I'm gonna put in Not My Taste. I'm gonna be honest. I'm definitely not in a rush to go back to that album at all. The next album is Lethal by Rico Nasty. I remember the songs that I did save from this album, I really love. Let's see how many songs I saved total. Yeah, I saved like half the album. Do have a lot of fun listening to this album, even though I didn't save every single one of the songs. I know the words to those songs. I think she's super interesting. I'm stuck between loved it, but some skips, and good, but I'm not raving about it. Am I rushing to tell anybody about it? Kind of, sorta. I think I'm gonna put loved it, but some skips. Next album's Lotus by Little Sims. So it looks like I'd say half of the album. And those songs that I did save, I really, really love. One of my favorite songs of the entire year, which was Free. I think I'm gonna put it in loved it, but some skips. Next album is Father Figure by Jon Bellion. I remember being very surprised about how many songs I liked from this album as someone who's new to Jon Bellion's solo work. So it looks like I saved half of the album. And I believe I low-key love the songs that I did save. I'm between good and loved it. Let's look at that list again. What are the ones I didn't save? I low-key love those songs. I'm gonna put loved it, but some skips. Next album, Don't Tap the Glass by Tyler, the Creator. I think I saved half that album. I thought it was really fun, and I remember listening to that album during a month where I was finding a lot of albums I didn't like, and I was getting really worried, like maybe I was perhaps burnt out. And I remember then getting to this album and was like, oh, I'm uplifted, there's still good music out there. So I think I'm gonna put it in good, but I'm not raving about it. Next album is Would You Still Love Me If You Knew the Real Me by Fletcher. I was new to Fletcher before this album, and now I'm sort of familiar with her. She is like a singer-songwriter. Okay, so I saved half of these songs, so I'm gonna say that it was good, but I'm not raving about it. Okay, the next album is Moisturizer by Wet Lake. I was very excited for this album, and I think it lived up to my expectations. I think I saved a lot of songs. Yeah, I saved about half of them. I think I would save 2 of these, actually. 2 more of these. I think I'm gonna put in Loved It, but some skips. Next album is I Want My Loved Ones to Go With Me by Noah Cyrus. I think I was surprised by how sad it was. I didn't know that going into it, but it's very deep, it's very sad, it's very slow, the melody and her singing style. Okay, so I saved like half of the songs. I'm not in love with those songs that I saved, so I'm gonna say good, but I'm not raving about it. Next album is I Don't Know How They Found Me, But They Did by Jensen McRae. Oh wait, I said that wrong. Another one of those album titles that are a little too long for my liking. It's actually I Don't Know How But They Found Me by Jensen McRae. I was new to Jensen. As you can see, I only saved 2 of the songs. These 2 songs, I'm not even in love with them, but they were just my favorites of this album. I was more in love with actually her voice. I think that she's definitely someone I can't wait to see more work from her, just because I think such a beautiful voice that sounds like nobody else's, but I just wasn't in love with this album, so I'm putting in save less than 3 songs. Next album is Tropical Queda by Karol G. I reacted to Papacito. Oh yeah, I saved a lot of songs. It's a long album, 20 songs. I think I saved half of it. I'm gonna say it's good, but I'm not raving about it. Next album is Melanchronica by The Bass in the Hicks. I think this was during a time where I wasn't giving it as much attention to this album as I would have liked to. I think it is my taste, but I think I only saved like 2 songs, so I'm gonna put it in save less than 3 songs. Next album is Everything Must Go by Goose. This one was not my taste, and I think I only saved 1 song from it, and I wasn't even in love with that 1 song. The next album is, I think she has the worst album title, unfortunately, that I can't even remember it. Lay Kelly featuring 47 for promotional use only. Who names an album that? That's so dumb. The packaging of this could have been so much better, because there was a lot of potential. As you can see, I saved most of these songs, and she's definitely someone I'm looking forward to seeing future work from her. I'm going to put her in Loved It, but some skips. Next album is Swag 1 by Justin Bieber. Don't remember if I liked one swag more than the other one. Oh, okay. I saved a third of the album, maybe half. I really enjoyed hearing Justin in this style, and I want to see him do more music like this in the future, because there were so many songs I didn't save. I think I'm gonna put in good, but I'm not raving about it. Alright, next album, Period by Kesha. This was the first time I think that I've listened to a full project from Kesha since the album that has Your Love Is My Drug on it. Okay, I don't know what's happening. I hate that this Spotify is doing this right now, but I know I saved multiple songs from here. It's a short album. Only 11 songs, but I think I only like 3 of these songs, so I'm going to put it in save less than 3 songs. Next album is Who's the Clown by Audrey Hobart. This is Audrey's debut project, and I think she's such an interesting character, and I can't wait to see more from her. I believe I saved most of the songs on the album. Yeah, I saved, I think, more than half. She's definitely someone I'm looking forward to in the future. I'm going to put it in Loved It, but some skips. Next album is A Matter of Time by Leve. Okay, I definitely know I saved songs on here. I don't know why it's not showing me right now. It's not super memorable in my mind, so that means it probably was good, but I'm not raving about it. But I think the songs I did save were like really good. Alright, next album is Even in Arcadia by Sleep Token. Going into this album thinking I wasn't gonna like it at all. Super pleasantly surprised that I liked so many. I was new to Sleep Token. This is the first project I've ever listened to from them, and as you can see, I saved every song except for 2. Usually if I only didn't save 2 of the songs, I would say it's a full listen, but the 2 songs I didn't save have screaming in it, and I just don't love the screaming. if I can be completely honest. So it's loved it, but some skips. If it would have been a perfect album if those two songs weren't on it. Next album is Heart Sold Separately by Mariah the Scientist. I think I really enjoyed this album. This was a very short album, only 10 songs, but I saved half of the songs. And I really liked the songs that I saved. So I'm gonna say loved it, but some skips. Next album is Black Star by Amari. This was the first time I listened to Amari. I feel like I keep talking about this album, and this is definitely an album I want to share with other people. It is loved it, but some skips. Next album is Bite Me by Renee Rapp. I definitely remember thinking, oh, I liked Snow Angel more than this, but that's okay, because I still found songs to like on this album. As you can see, I think it looks like I saved half of the songs, so I'm gonna say good, but I'm not raving about it. Next album is Las Americana by MGK. I think I only saved one song from this entire album. This might have been around the time when I was not giving it enough attention, but I'm not rushing back to this album either, so I'm just gonna put it at the bottom for not my taste. Next album, Beloved by Giveon. I think I didn't save any songs from this album, and if I did, it was only one. But it's definitely my taste, which is, I don't understand why I didn't like this album. I'm gonna put it in saved less than 3 songs. Next album is Backroads by Samara Sen. So this was a short EP. There was only 5 songs. I actually did a reaction to it. I remember loving it, and it's making me excited to see what her next project will be like, just because I adored the sound on this one. So I'm actually going to put it all the way at the top for full listen. Next album is Wishbone by Conan Gray. I'm pretty sure I love this entire album. Let me double check if I saved a lot of songs or not. I don't know why these songs are not saved. That's weird. I think I like these songs. I didn't save 3 or 4 of these songs. The songs I did save, I am obsessed with them. But I would put this whole album on anyway. I love this album. Yeah, I do love that album. Okay, next album is Man's Best Friend by Sabrina Carpenter. I think I liked a lot of these songs, or at least half of them. Yeah, see, I saved a lot of songs from this album. But would I skip the songs I didn't save? Am I raving about this? Am I saying this is like a perfect album? I don't think it's a perfect album. I think I loved it, but there were some skips. Next album is People Stories by Yumi. I remember thinking this album was really cute. I don't know if I wasn't giving enough attention to it, but it kind of felt like it wasn't very cohesive, doing a little bit of everything. The topics that she chose to sing about and the melodies, it was just kind of a little bit all over the place. If you asked me like what was this album about, I couldn't really tell you. I think it's a love album. I only saved 4 songs, but there wasn't any songs I disliked, so I think I'm gonna put good, but I'm not raving about it. Wait, I'm gonna put it in save less than 3 songs. But I do want to say Mango Sticky Rice from that album, probably one of my favorite songs of the whole year. Next album, Sincerely by Kali Uchis. I remember being obsessed with this album. It was so good that I think it might have been the only album I wanted to put like 5 favorite songs. Like I couldn't, it was so hard to pick only 2 favorite songs. I ended up picking 3 favorite songs for my review. So this is definitely going into like full listen. Next album is Weeping Angel by Isla. This was her debut project, and I believe I saved almost every song. Would I listen to the whole thing again? I think I'm gonna say I loved it, but some skips. Yeah, because the songs I did save, I'm obsessed with them. Next album is Ego Death at a Bachelorette Party by Hayley Williams. This has made me in love with her solo work. I only ever heard her in her band Paramore, but man, was I like really stunned by how good the writing was on this album and how much I liked the production. Yeah, I saved a lot. And even the songs I didn't save, they weren't even bad songs. I just wasn't obsessed with them. So I'm gonna say loved it, but some skips. Next album is Breach by 21 Pilots. I think I loved a lot of songs on this. I was so obsessed with this album because I remember I only listened to it one time and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm saving like every song on like first listen. I didn't save just 2 of them. So for that, I think it's getting a full listen from me. Next album is Girl Violence by King Princess. This was my first time listening to a King Princess album. I saved like half of the songs, and the songs that I did save, I'm obsessed with them. Like, I think like 2 of these are on my favorite songs of the year. Cry, 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 and I think maybe Rest in Peace KP or Origin. I don't know. I love the songs that I saved. So for that, I'm going to put it in loved it, but some skips. Next album is That Showbiz Baby by Jade. This is Jade's debut project. There's a lot of pressure that comes with that. Man, did she like show up and show out with how this album rolled out. She stands out from the other artists that were released this year. I think I'm going to put it in loved it, but some skips. The next album is The Clearing by Wolf Alice. I remember being surprised by how many songs I liked from an artist I had never heard of before. I was really sad when it was the next month and I had to start listening to new albums because I think I was playing that one a lot. I think I'm gonna put it in full listen. I didn't save only 3 of them. Next album is The Provocateur by Adele. This was an EP, I think only like 5 or 7 songs. Is a new artist. She has no work before this, but here I am saving half of the project. So I'm very excited to see what she does next. Did I love the songs that I saved? Loved it, but some skips. The next album is Essex Honey by Blood Orange. I remember saying that this album was super calm and it made me feel safe listening to it. This was the first time I listened to a Blood Orange album. Yeah, look at this. I saved over half of the songs. Loved it, but some skips. Next album is Midnight Sun by Zara Larsson. Pretty sure I saved this entire album. I think I love this album. This might be one of the few like 10 out of 10 albums for me this year. Full listens for sure. Next album is V by Doja Cat. I remember being low-key disappointed by this album in the same way I did by Alter Ego. Like, there was so much hype around it and you're coming into it thinking, oh my gosh, this is gonna be one of her best albums, and I was deeply disappointed that I only saved like 3 songs. That's where it's going. Save less than 3 songs. Sorry, you guys. Next album is Am I the Drama by Cardi B. Definitely did not upstage her debut project, Bodak Yellow. I think I saved like a third of them. I'm gonna say it's good, but I'm not raving about it. The next album is, honestly, I don't remember the name of this album. I know it's by the Black Keys, but I'm not remembering the title. Oh, No Rain, No Flowers. You guys, I only saved 1 song. This might have been one of those albums that I wasn't able to get into, wasn't paying attention enough to it. I just wasn't vibing. For that reason, I'm putting it not my taste. Next album is But Anyway, No Worries by Casey Hill. This was a like 4 or 5 track EP. I did do a reaction to it. Yeah, I liked most of the songs. It looks like I love this album because I saved 4 out of the 5 songs, but I'm not raving about it and wanting to tell people. So I'm gonna put in loved it, but some skips. Next album, Dumb by Flume and Emma Louise. They collaborated for this album. Yeah, I liked most of the songs. I'm going to put it in loved it, but some skips. Next album is Heavy by Sir. I remember loving this album. I think I raved about it. How many songs I saved? It might be a full listen, which is surprising for someone I did not know before this album. Yeah, look at that. I saved most of the songs. I loved it, but some skips. Next album is Dreamsicle by Maren Morris. This was my introduction to Maren. Yeah, I saved a lot of the songs. I love her writing on this album. I don't know if this is a normal thing for her. I'm not even sure if she's the one who wrote it. I think she did. Man, the writing on this album was so good. I'm gonna say loved it, but some skips just because I'm not in love with all the songs. Next album is West End Girl by Lily Allen. This was a surprise hit in my household. I did not come into this album thinking I was gonna like it as much as I did. Yeah, I liked half of that album. Yeah, and I want to tell people about this album. Loved it, but some skips. Next album is Son of Spurgey by Daniel Caesar. So I saved like a third of the album. I'm gonna say good, but I'm not raving about it. The next album is The Art of Loving by Olivia Dean. I'm gonna say this now. I think this album's low-key overrated. Just a little bit. It's super mainstream. I only saved 2 songs, but people are hyping this album like it's the best album of all time, and I don't think it's the best album of all time, but it definitely makes Olivia stand out, and I'm interested to see what she does in the future. So I'm gonna put this good, but I'm not raving about it. The next album is The Life of a Showgirl by Taylor Swift. I think I only liked a few of the songs. Oh yeah, I only saved like 2 of the songs, but I think I do like most of the songs in this album, but I don't think the songs that I do like are life-changing besides Ruin the Friendship, which is one of my favorite songs of the entire year. I don't know if I want to say because Ruin the Friendship is so good. I don't know if I want to say it's loved it, but some skips, or good, but I'm not raving about it. I think I'm gonna put in, it was good, but I'm not raving about it. But if you get anything from this video, listen to that song. That's one of the best songs ever. The next album is Love or Something Like It by Halle. This was her debut project, long awaited. Yeah, I liked half, I'd say half the album. Is it loved it, or is it good but not raving about it? Do I love the songs that I saved? Were they life-changing? I think I'm gonna put it in good, but I'm not raving about it. But I definitely can't wait to see what she does next. The next album is Folks by Leon Thomas, one of the few people who actually released 2 projects in this year, and I reviewed both of them. Yeah, I only saved 2 songs. I'm gonna say I saved less than 3 songs. I'm not rushing back to the project, but I do love the songs that I did save. The next album is Not That Deep by Demi Lovato. I think I liked a good chunk of these songs. Were they life-changing? No. Definitely found some new favorites from her. for sure. Okay, so I like the third of the album. I'm gonna say that it was good, but I'm not raving about it. The next album is Pretty Idea by Amber Mark. This was one of those albums I heard a song from the album before I heard the whole project, and I was obsessed with the song, and I was hoping that the whole album would be like that song, and this album kind of fell short of that. That song that I loved, one of my favorite songs of the whole year, Too Much. Okay, so it looks like I liked a third of the album. I'm gonna say it was good, but I'm not raving about it. I hope to hear more work from her though, because the songs I did like, I really liked them. The next album is Not for Lack of Trying by Dodie. This was a surprise hit for me because I had never heard of Dodie before, and I was very surprised to hear a lot of you guys really enjoy this album. I did not expect to get this much feedback on an artist I've never heard of or liked a third of her album. I'm gonna say it was good, but I'm not raving about it. I'm definitely intrigued by her sound and the fact that you guys respond so well to her. She's definitely someone I'll cover again in the future. The next album is I'm Only Effing Myself by Lola Young. Another album I was surprised by how many songs I like. Lola has such a unique voice, and the fact that she won the award for pop solo performance, she definitely has an interesting sound, and she stands out from the rest of the people that were released this year for sure. But I'm not in love with the project as a whole. I like 3, maybe 4 of the songs, so I'm gonna say good, but I'm not raving about it. The next album is Late Start by Carol Aids. I think this was one of those albums that I was sad to stop listening to because it was the next month and I had to start listening to other albums. Yeah, look at this. I saved half of the album. I loved putting this album on repeat. I think this one deserves a full listen. The next album is Lux by Rosalia. Live up to how highly I hold Motomami, which is her previous album. I love every single song on that album. That's a full listen, and I think it's technically her best work, and I'm saying that still not having heard her debut project, but yeah, I liked a lot of the songs on here, but they're not one of my favorite songs of the year. So I'm gonna say I loved it, but there were some skips. No, actually, I'm gonna say I'm gonna be more real. It's good, but I'm not raving about it. This is a very particular taste of an album, and it's not very radio friendly in my opinion. I do think it's a beautiful album and it deserves a listen. No, you know what, I'm putting it back up. I'm gonna move it to loved it but some skips because I do think this is an interesting album, and if you're just a lover of music, you'll enjoy that. Alias Is Me by Shy Girl is the next album. This was one of those albums that I was really sad that I had to stop listening to it. Oh my gosh, I think it might be a full listen, you guys. I love this album. Yeah, I loved putting this album from beginning to end. I think I'm putting it in full listen. That might be too big of a praise. It might actually be in loved it but some skips, but I'm saying full listen because when I don't like just going to one particular song from this album. Like, I want to hear it from beginning to end, even though I didn't save every song on it. And the next album is Rockabye Baby, Glimmer of God by Jean Dawson. I remember loving this album, and I'm being so happy to find that I was new to and loving so much music from them. I saved like a third of the album. I'm gonna say loved it but some skips. I think that if he had taken out half of the songs that I didn't save, this could have been like a perfect album. Next album is EUSEXUA Afterglow by FKA Twigs. FKA was one of those few people who released 2 projects in 2025, and I reviewed both of them. Okay, so I only saved 2 songs from this album. I do remember thinking it was a very interesting album. I'm gonna say it was good but not raving about it, just because even though I only saved 2 songs, those 2 songs I love, like low-key, they were like one of the best songs I heard all year, so it saved it from that tier. I definitely want to come back to it. Next album is Deadbeat by Tame Impala. This was the first time I listened to a Tame Impala project. Looks like a third of it. I'm gonna say it was good, but I'm not raving about it. Next album is Fancy Some More by PinkPantheress. Again, another one of the few people this year who released 2 projects, so this was like her remix album of the original EP. When this album released, I think that's what made me love the original so much more than I originally had in my reaction. It's going in full listen. I love this one. Even though it's a remix album and low-key repeating the same songs sound different. I never got sick of it. I would replay the heck out of that one. The next album is After the Sun Goes Down by Khalid. I remember being disappointed by this album, hoping to like more than I did. I'm not rushing back to this album, barely rushing to the songs that I saved. I'm gonna put it in save less than 3 songs. The next album is You're an Angel, I'm Just Particles by BENEE. I think this was the first time I listened to a BENEE project. I think I saved like a third of the songs. Oh no, I only saved 3 songs. I like the songs that I saved, but I'm definitely not rushing to the project as a whole, so I'm putting in save less than 3 songs. Next album is Smoochies by Ashnikko. I only liked 3 or 4 of the songs. She's one of those people that I was surprised by how many people responded to my review of her, saying how much you adored her. So she's definitely someone I will keep my eye on in the future. Yeah, so I only saved like 4 songs, but I'm not rushing to the project as a whole. So I'm gonna put save less than 3 songs. The next album is My Face Hurts From Smiling by Lizzo. I think I only saved a few of these songs. Oh shoot, I saved like half of the songs. This is a really fun project. I'm gonna put it in loved it, but some skips. The next album is Oh the Ocean by the Wombats. I remember thinking it was a very interesting project, unique, but I only saved like 1 or 2 songs. The album as a whole, I'm not rushing back to it, so I'm going to put it in save less than 3 songs. The next album is God Does Like Ugly by Jid. I remember raving about this album. It's probably one of my favorites of the year, and I remember replaying the hell out of it, and it was really sad when it was time to move on to the next month. Yeah, see here, I saved most of the songs. I think I'm gonna put it, yeah, if he took out like half of the songs I didn't save, this could have been a perfect album. I'm gonna put it in loved it, but some skips. Next album is Euro Country by CMAT. Yeah, I saved like a third of this album. I think she has such an interesting voice. I remember saying that she reminded me a lot of Chappell Rowan, and there's not many people who sound like Chappell Rowan in my opinion. The fact that I'm holding her up to that high regard says something. I think it was good, but I'm not raving about it. But I think it's definitely an interesting listen. If you're a lover of music, all kinds of music, you should give that one a listen. The next album is Total Sellout by Jay Stevens. This was actually a combination of like 3 EPs she released. I knew 1 song from her, and the 1 song I knew I was obsessed with, and I was very excited for this project, and as you can see, I saved most of the songs. I'm gonna say it was loved it, but some skips. Next album is Whimsy by Destin Conrad. This was the first time I listened to a Destin Conrad album. Album was the first of its kind in his discography. I saved half of the songs. I'm gonna say I loved it, but some skips. Next album is I Barely Know Her by Sombr. Sombr was nominated for Best New Artist this year. It looks like I only saved 2 songs, but the 2 songs I saved I really like. I'm gonna say saved less than 3 songs. The next album is Where Is My Head by Rich Brian. I saved a good chunk of these songs. I'm gonna say it was good, but I'm not raving about it. Next album is I Love My Computer by Ninajirachi. This was an album that was requested in my comments. Was surprised by how much I enjoyed this album as a whole. As you can see, I saved most of the songs. Definitely raving about it low-key. Loved it, but some skips. The next album is Baby by Dijon. I thought he had a really interesting sound, but I wasn't personally in love with any of the songs except for about 1. So I'm putting it in saved less than 3 songs. But if you want an interesting sound in music, I would give that album a listen. The next song is Welcome to My Blue Sky by Momma. I was really excited to listen to this album, even though I didn't even know this artist beforehand. And I remember playing this album over and over and over again. Kind of sad to stop listening to it, so I'm gonna put it in loved it, but some skips. All right, we're down to the last row now. Next album is Little Fantasy Volume 1 by Chaeyoung. I might be saying that wrong, probably saying it wrong. It's a Korean name. She is one of the members of Twice. I am not familiar with Twice. I don't think I know any songs from them. I could not tell you what they sound like, but they are a K-pop group. Some might say the most popular K group, or the one that started the popularity of K-pop across the world. Was very shocked by the sound on this album. Apparently other people were shocked who've known her all these years were shocked by this sound too, because I guess Twice's music is very pop, and this was very like R&B, low-key indie, acoustic. I saved almost every song. I'm gonna say loved it, but some skips. The next album is Choke Enough by Oklou. This was one of those albums that people were raving about, so I checked it out, and I was pleasantly surprised by how many songs I liked on it. I think I saved almost all the songs, right? Yeah, I saved most of them. I'm gonna say loved it, but some skips. Next album is Never Enough by Turnstile. Again, one of those albums people were raving about, so I checked it out to see what the hype was about, and I gave in. It was pretty freaking good, and I think I shared it with people too. Yeah, I saved most of them. It's going in loved it, but some skips. The next album is Let God Sort 'Em Out by Clipse. I believe I saved a third of this album. Not even that. This was a pretty good album. I'm barely telling people about it, but I feel like it's one of those albums, like if you like rap, you're gonna like this album. I'm putting it saved less than 3 songs, but it was a pretty good album. The next album is Girls by Princess Nokia. I was new to Princess Nokia this year. I'm still getting used to her voice. She can change her voice so much in this project. If a song from her came on, I wouldn't be able to tell you, oh yeah, that's Princess Nokia singing. Like, she has so many different, her vocal range is so wide. I don't know if it's actually wide, or maybe they did a lot of tuning on her voice, but it's not distinguishable to me yet. I think what stood out to me about this album was the lyrical content. I saved a third of the album. I'm gonna say it was good, but I'm not raving about it. Next album is Sable Fable. I believe this is one of those albums that I did not give enough attention to. I think people who love music very deeply might really love this album. Me personally, I had a hard time with this album. I'm gonna put it saved less than 3 songs. Hey, editor Brittany here. I just wanted to update. I did go back to Sable Fable. I actually saved half of the album at this point, but at the time of my review, I don't even think I liked one. So I'm actually gonna put it in good, but I'm not raving about it because I saved half the songs. I think it was pretty cool, but I'm not obsessed with it. Alright, back to the video. The next album is Salvation by Rebecca Black. I did a reaction to this album. If you want to go watch it, it's probably one of my favorite videos I've ever made. I think it might be a full listen. Let me double check that. Yeah, I saved most of the songs. Do I hate these songs? Nah, they're whatever. I'm stuck between full listen, loved it, but some skips. I really don't like the other 2 songs though. I feel like if she had taken out those 2 songs that I didn't save, this would have been a perfect album. I'm gonna put loved it, but some skips. Alright, the next album is Swag 2 by Justin Bieber. I can't remember which swag I liked more than the other. Let me look. I can't really tell. It kind of looks like I might have liked Swag 1 more than I liked Swag 2 with the amount of songs I saved, but I'm looking at these songs, and the songs I love more that Justin put out this year come from Swag 2. So I think I like that one more than Swag 1. I'm gonna put it also in good, but I'm not raving about it. But I definitely found some new favorites from him this year, both in both albums. Alright, so now we're down to the last 5 albums. These are albums I didn't give like an official review for, except for EUSEXUA, the original. I made a whole full-length video for that, so if I was breaking down all the lyrics on that album, a low-key deep dive on that album, you should go check out that video. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. I'm putting it in full listen. I adore this album. I told everyone I knew about it. Brighter Days Ahead by Ariana Grande. This was the deluxe version to Eternal Sunshine. I think I loved every song on Eternal Sunshine. I think it was a really cool addition to the original album. I'm not obsessed with these songs except for Hampstead. I think that was one of the best songs of the entire year. I'm gonna put it in good, but I'm not raving about it. The next album is Mayhem by Lady Gaga. This album came out right before I officially started doing reviews on my channel. I saved a third of the songs. I would save like 2 more of these. I definitely loved it, but there were some skips. Alright, down to the last 2. WWP by Tyla. This was an EP she released this year. Only like 5 songs. Oh no, only 4 songs, and I only saved 2 of them. So I'm gonna say it was good, but I'm not raving about it. And our last album of the year, I Said I Love You First by Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco. Our 2 newlyweds now. They released a collab album, their first. I remember thinking, wow, they really tried a whole bunch of stuff, and I thought the sequencing was really good, but I only saved 2 songs on here. Maybe I would save 2 more. I think I like this one too. I think I like 2 or 3 of these songs. I'm not dying to come back to this album, but I do want to say Blue as Flame, love that song. That was really good. I'm gonna say saved less than 3 songs. Alright, you guys, this is my official tier ranking. Tell me all your thoughts in my comments. Which ones are you surprised by, excited by? What are you mad at me about? Let's talk about it. As always, please leave this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already. If you have recommendations for me, leave it in my comments. And if you have a friend who enjoys discussing music, please share this video with a friend. Until next time, peace out, lovelies. See you in 2026.